Really? Well, that was a disappointing game. Hey everyone, welcome to RevTrev, NFL, with RevTrev from Kempner Canucks. How are you doing tonight? Just another day in the Canucks office. That was a disappointing night, right? Disappointing night. Absolutely disappointing night. The Vancouver Canucks lose. Yes, you heard that right. I'll make sure I put that in properly. Lose 3-2 in regulation to the Buffalo Sabres. Now, I felt like the Vancouver Canucks outplayed Buffalo for most of the evening. It was fine. It was good. It's just no finish. There's no finish. And it's frustrating because we're healthy now. There are no excuses. I don't care about riffs. I don't care about I just don't think there's any excuses anymore. Like, it's just, you got to win these games. This is very important. That was a very important win. Yeah, Demko and net, who played pretty good. And then Canucks just didn't have enough fight. And I don't know what to do with this team anymore. I'm just at that. I feel like I'm lost for words. Well, I'm never lost for words, but like, what's going on? What's going on with this team? Black skate night, lunar year. Is that lunar year? Is that what they call it? At home. No, you can't do it. He gets scored on first. Di Giuseppe ends up scoring. We'll talk about that in just a second. And Pedersen has a beautiful snipe. He had a pretty decent night tonight. I would say his second period was better than his first, and they put pressure at the end. They had an opportunity pulling the goalie. It just didn't come together. And I think people are going to come into the stream tonight and they're going to say, trade JT Miller or trade, whoever. We need a shakeup. Fire Rick Tocchet. It's like, I don't know. Do you think trading JT Miller would have changed this night at all? Like, honestly. I'm not there. I don't think it makes a difference. This team was not good enough tonight. And granted, I do think, like Buffalo, when you look at this team and you look at the names, why aren't they better? Why aren't they better? And I just want to go to NHL.com and just go to their standings for a second. But Buffalo, league-wise, okay, Buffalo is the third from the bottom. We just can't afford to lose those games anymore. That hurts. That really hurts. And then you play a bunch of games coming up. It's going to be tough. You got Washington coming up. You got the Oilers coming up. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get wins. I did a poll a few games ago, 2 games ago. Will the Canucks win another game in January? Then we go out and we beat the Edmonton Oilers, which is wild if you think about that. And then we aren't good enough against the Buffalo Sabres, the third to last team in the NHL. Like, what is with this team? So I don't get it. Now, I've got a brutal cough, and I think I'm just going to drown my sorrows with these Mike and Ike's, okay? Someone asked me what are my favorite candies. This is third on my list, okay? Mike and Ike's, the original fruits. Look at right there. Those red ones are the best. Excuse me. So we got cherry is the red ones. Lemon is the yellow, of course. The less red ones are strawberry, lime or green, of course, and orange is orange. So let's just drown our sorrows, everyone. Okay. And let's guess. Okay. I'm dumping them over there. Okay. All right. We got a yellow one and a red one, or a yellow one. Oh, so good. But nothing compares to the cherry ones. Just saying. So stinking good. Yellow ones are good. Yellow ones are good. The cherry ones are next level. Post in the comments what you thought about tonight's game. I just think it's wild that we're losing. How are we losing to teams like that? And maybe we're just not good. I don't feel like I need to rant and rave about tonight's loss and like what's going on? Yeah, what a difference a year makes. Callum, you're right. Yeah, we were first in the Pacific. Good job. Like David W., you're right. Yeah, we do not look good. Fighting for a playoff spot, but it's bad. Stuart's here. I just had a red one. Those are so stinking good. He's a big DeBrusque fan. David says Canucks have 0-5-3-0 regulation wins. What? 0-5-3 is what you're looking for, right? Yeah. Coach Rob Willie, hi. Good to see you. Man, you hate Rick Tocchet with all your soul on my life. I do. Why? That's kind of weird, don't you think? Like you hate a coach you've never met? Yeah, it's discouraging, man. I'm with you. I'm gonna try a strawberry one now just because I'm drowning my sorrows. See how the difference is? Oh, you guys can't even see it. It looks the same, but it's not. This one's way lighter, like way lighter than this one, but you can't tell. Strawberry one's going down. Good. Not great. Well, at least they will play their A game against the Oilers. Del, you're right about that. Yeah, Canucks fans can only hope. Mr. Don't Trade Miller, he was bummed tonight. What? Did we watch the same game? He had a number of opportunities. He was hitting out there. I think, honestly, Hans, I honestly think that was an unfair criticism. I don't think that was true, but yeah, no excuse tonight. How do you lose to Buffalo? I know Buffalo sucks. Now, Tony, if you think about this just for a second, okay? Buffalo's loaded with draft picks. How are they not good? Cousins, Tuck, Tage Thompson, Zach Benson. You got Darlene, Owen Power, Byram. That should be a good team. How are they third to the bottom? So, Marcus, Eve, Kempner, good evening to you as well. Lost to the Sabres, third worst team in the league. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. unacceptable, not good. I don't know how many description words you want to use. Disappointing, not good enough. Better luck next time. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think Heroic played that great tonight. Dan's got his knives out. Third period, no good. Yeah, no goals either. Joshua's still out. Yeah, I just don't think it matters. I don't think he's a difference maker. BC Bourne says they came out flat-footed in the third. Is that coaching or team leadership? I have no idea. And you could probably make an argument for either one. All joking aside, Buffalo's way faster of a team like most teams are. Were they? Here's the cherry one. Where's my baseball cap? Didn't feel like wearing it tonight. There were Lunar New Year pregame ceremonies. That's right. Canuck Tony. PD looked pretty good tonight. Keep AT and PD. I agree. Besser's legs look like he's stuck in quicksand. Delb. You know what, though? Felt like there was good effort by Besser all night tonight. He just got robbed. There was a number of high-quality shots he took. I thought, man, he's due. He's due. Oh, and here's another thing I was thinking about regarding the Canucks. So, these are the three reasons why I think the Vancouver Canucks have struggled this season. Number one is injuries to the star players. No other team in the NHL has had more injuries to star players than us. Then number two is I just sent it to I posted it everywhere. What's the second thing? Can't remember. I'll have to bring it up. Third thing is this. Let me just make sure. Oh, here we go. Number two is our management made the wrong decisions with our decor. Okay. And number three, PD and Miller have both struggled with injuries and production this year. Those are three facts about this team. If I can add to it, is that guys who had massive production last year, for example, Höglander, is not producing at a level. It is not even producing. Struggled this whole season. And I know that you can't rely on them, but the bottom end guys, you got to chip in every once in a while. For example, Giuseppe scores tonight, right? You need a goal every once in a while from a guy like that. And when you get a goal like that, you should be scoring, or you should be winning those games because you're not depending on Hughes, Pettersson, Miller, Besser, DeBrusk to score, and Garland to score every other goal. And you want them to score lots of goals, don't get me wrong, but you need other guys. But I felt like Besser always looks a little slower, but he can shoot the puck. He just didn't get one in tonight, so that's frustrating. And Besser hasn't played good this year either. He has been okay. PD scored the second goal. He had a beautiful goal. I like it when Pettersson shoots. He just likes to pass first. So he had an opportunity to score, but he didn't end up doing it. It was a little frustrating watching him play. Yeah. So anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is, everyone. I mean, so he had that opportunity to shoot. He didn't shoot. Even Tomlinson was saying, Dave Tomlinson was saying, you need to be a shooter there. Came back around. They had, that was the broken stick play by the Buffalo, couldn't get out of their zone. And eventually Hughes goes back on the ice. And then what happens? Hughes rips one. Hughes controls the play, and then eventually gets over to Pettersson, and he sniped it. That was a beautiful goal. Ryan, you're right. The dump and chase isn't working. Nothing's working. Would have won with Myers. That was awesome, man. This game was game. All good teams lose to worst teams all the time. It's true. I just don't think it's acceptable, especially when you're trying to make the playoffs. No, I didn't look at the sky. I was watching the Canucks. See all the planets align? 4 planets are for sure able to be seen by the eye. I did not know that. I'm not convinced trading JT Miller would have changed the outcome at all. I knew people were going to come in and say, you need to trade JT Miller and he's cancer, blah, blah, blah. I just don't think, I don't think he's the bad reason. I really don't. I think it's crazy to think that it's JT Miller's fault for tonight. He was fine. He was fine in my books. I think people are over analyzing all this stuff and they're like, no. So I still think trading JT Miller is a big mistake. That's just my personal opinion. And I made a video on that. Kind of got a few views tonight. I'm just going to bring it up so you guys can see it. If you're wondering which one it is, I'm just downloading the thumbnail right now. Thought I had it on my computer, but apparently not. Apparently not. While trading JT Miller is a massive mistake. Here it is. And I'll bring this down. Banner. Media. Boom. And of course, I'm standing by this, people. I'm standing by this. What am I doing here? There we go. Go back in the comments. You guys and girls, I appreciate you show up, even when the Canucks don't. Selkie and Petey, -1. Just incredible. Great to have you here. Member of the RevTrev. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know. I know. Great shot. Has some good plays. Thought he was one of our better Canucks for sure. So the sarcasm is just dripping, Justin. Yeah, we lost to Buffalo, played last night, who got creamed by Seattle. That's a great comment. The Oilers are hurting bad, losing their best player tragically for three games. They lost tonight, but they lost to Washington. So, yeah, Shannon and I agree. I think you want to keep them both. Yeah, it would look so different, right? Who would you play in the middle? We were slow tonight. Yep. I brought up some mints via one of Tuesday Pacific time Uber Eats deliveries. I'd ordered that app. Okay. I saw Petey and Miller playing together tonight. Silver lining. Maybe they could figure it out. Sure. Hope so. Yes, I sure hope so too, Canuck Tony. I mean, as you can see, I'm just kind of like lost. This team had it, could have won, needed those 2 points, lost it. Houston Hronik were awful tonight. Yeah, they weren't great, but I don't know if I'd say awful. That one goal, I was disappointed that happened. Huggy was on the ice for all 3 goals. I did not know that. I watched the game. Personalized. Come on, man. Hope you're being sarcastic there. I guess everyone's upset that Pettersson and JT don't know how to play. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Why are you rewarding yourself with candy? We lost. I mean, I'm drowning my sorrows in candy. Some people that have ice cream, I'll just do candy instead. Dan, What are you saying? Even when Petey scored, it looked like he didn't give a bleep about all the fun of the game itself. Good point. Hronek had a perfect feed. Even Myers would have put that in. Don't know what to say. Kevin? I have no idea how he didn't score on that. He's just not a scorer. That's the thing, man. Hronek's not a scorer. Like, you paid him for his defense, and he scores once in a blue moon. That was the once in a blue moon moment, and he totally failed. Hey, that's good news. The Canucks haven't lost in a shootout since October. That's good. There's always a bright side, right? Oh, boy. Colonoscopy tomorrow morning. That'll be fun. That'll be a crappy experience. It's a real bummer, if you ask me. Curtis! Where have you been? I haven't seen you forever. I know it's not all Demko's fault, but I don't know if this could be true or not. Or would you see if he possibly was traded? People have talked about that. People have said that Demko wants out, which would be surprising to me. I would keep Miller and getting rid of Pettersson. I would just keep them both, for sure. Thursday will be a good game. McDavid isn't playing. That's true. Canucks game vlogger. It's been a disappointing night. Jason, this is a question I know people are asking. What happened to Rick Tocchet? You're talking about the best coach in the NHL, and then, hey, at least they called the timeout tonight. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is there, Jason, for that one. I don't know. We need to string 2 wins together at least. Yeah, win 16. Yeah, right? We want to win the Stanley Cup. We got to win 16, Justin. You're right. Yeah, I don't know why they do either. It's like they're never ready to play. Oh, man. I hope you're right, Shannon. I hope you're right. Yeah, we do suck right now. That's just a fact. I need to stop eating these. Yes, Buffalo does suck personalized. They're the 3rd worst in the NHL. They do have skills. They don't have a great goalie. Or a good goalie, you should say. I don't think he's good. Stats count, too. You got to do skills and stats. I think the 2 icing goals were against both Pettersson face-off losses. That's disappointing. Why do these guys keep tuning out coaches after a year? I don't know. That's a great question. Really great question. We are not good enough, boys. A team played last night. We don't even walk away with 1 point. Embarrassing. Roberto, if we walked away with 1 point tonight, people would lose their minds. People can't handle it. What do you mean we lost? I'm just saying. We've been there, done that, right? Excuse me. It was a couple years ago today at Bruce Boudreau coach's last game in Vancouver. Interesting. Tonight was a classic 1970 throwback game. Only thing missing was Gilbert Perreault scoring the winner. Wow. Be honest, did we even play well at all? I felt like in the second period we looked good. I really do. So, RevTrev, let me ask you something. What would you do with this team right now to make them better? You know what I would do? Sometimes the best thing to do is not to do anything. And I'll tell you why I mean that. Because everyone wants to make a trade right now, and I do not want to make a trade if we lose the trade. Some people want to make a change for the sake of change. Part of me just thinks, you know what, just let them play. Let them play. If they miss the playoffs, it is what it is. Do you think a trade right now will shake this team up and make us better? So, I mean, I was very surprised that they had Freeman in there tonight, but is Hughes and Hronek that didn't look greatest. What is it about this team? What is it there? I mean, okay, this is what I would do. This is a great question. First thing I would do is I have no problems. You want to play Pettersson as the number one center. That's what he's getting paid for, so he should do. I don't think he's the best forward on our team, but he has been playing as the best forward on our team for the last couple of games. But I would keep him with DeBrusk and put another guy on there for the right wing, whether it's Garland or whoever. Then I would put Besser back with Miller, and you can put him with Suter. It's fine. And that third line, I like the third line a lot. Fourth line's fine. Höglander, Sasson, and who's the other one? Di Giuseppe. I like that line. And then defensively, I would just keep Hughes and Hronek together. And then Susie, and I'd put Juleson there. But Desharnais and Forbert, I don't think they were great tonight. They weren't awful, but they weren't great. Susie was okay. Tyler Besser is slow. He is. It is true. But he should have scored 2 goals tonight. He just didn't. 2 cousins never to win the cup. I hate my decor. TT Susie is so terrible. Yeah, I didn't think he played great. I love how these so-called Canucks fans in your channel commenting, turning on the Canucks players on a dime. Dude, it's been half of a season. Oh, but you're allowed. Okay, personalizing. You're allowed to turn on Miller, but no one else is allowed to turn on anyone else. Got it. This team is not great. Come on, man. Be factual. Be accurate. Sad clubbers from 1970. Cannot win the Stanley Cup 2025. Vancouver Canucks will win the Stanley Cup 2020. 2020. Stuart, don't you mean like 2026? Demko save percentage. Yeah, that was. I hope. Last year, everyone was saying we're going to win this year. Yeah. They're suspected to win 2020. I think people just start throwing numbers out there, right? Personalized. When they came up blazing in the second period, I seriously thought we were going to win the game. I did too. How many times does my heart have to break? I don't know. Every 17 years, 94, 2011, and now 2028. Okay, that's fine. As long as we win one, man. Besser is blessed with hands and hockey IQ, skating not so much. Good point, Dan. Do not trade JT Miller. I agree with that 100%. We got depth scoring from Di Giuseppe. DeBrusk is back on his slump. Dell, you're right. Bluger needs to improve his faceoff percentage. Lost the draw on the winning goal. I agree. Every time forward pass to anyone besides Hugh, the decor can't even handle the pass. The puck's out of the offensive zone. Yeah. Yeah, I know you think Miller's going. That's fine. I like Demko's interview after the game. He took responsibility. He wants to be better. I believe that he'll be back to his top form soon. Yeah, I thought Susie struggled. We talked about that already. There is a New York Ranger YouTube channel where they talked about JT Miller coming back for 4 hours. Yeah, I heard that. That's wild. Hope the Canucks can get the player chemistry right and play way better and not play one-man game and take shots, and we'll win the cup. In 2028, Shannon's on board now. I really hope that JT and PD and the rest suck it up, and we'll all, including Besser, I love this score, but for the love of all that is holy, get another D. Canuck, Tony. Japan 4. Man, what happened? We were winning, I fell asleep, and we lost. It's your fault. Shouldn't have fallen asleep. Yeah, exactly. This team is an utter embarrassment. Yeah, it was disappointing tonight for sure. I wonder if Paul Bezenet telling Francisco Aquilini not to trade made the difference in the decision. No, I doubt it. Bluger was 7 for 14. Miller was 14 for 21. Wow, that's bad too. Oh, wait a minute. That's not that bad. EP40 was just 4 for 12. So 50%. It's not bad for Miller. Yeah, don't say anything bad about Pedersen, David. You'll get the Protect Pedersen people, this police. Protect Pedersen police will be out to get you. Oh, that's not true. Why are you going after people tonight, personalized? I think that's kind of strange. Oilers might have lost, but we're still going to the playoffs. Maria, you're probably right. You're probably right. Your Oilers are very good. Very good. In fact, they should have tied up the game tonight. Cervelli said Rangers want Canucks to retain salary on Miller, and that's where the trade fell apart. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, exactly. Truth hurts. The Oilers look like a playoff team, something I remain unconvinced of the Canucks are. That's true. The Canucks haven't had amazing players like Millsy and PD in years. Trading them would just be a waste. Oh, yeah, exactly. And you want to keep Hughes happy. That's awesome. I hope they win the cup this year. Yeah, you've always been talking about the Oilers winning the cup. Last year, you talked about the Oilers winning the cup. I am the same, Trev. I get ice cream. That's great, man. Kenny, I've been talking about this for a year now. But I'm telling you right now, the Protect Pedersen police, they're out to get us. So, but I thought Pedersen had a good game tonight. I thought he was solid. I mean, obviously, faceoffs, he was terrible. But that goal was nice. He had made some plays. I don't know. I have no complaints really about Pedersen. I mean, obviously, I want him to win more faceoffs. Okay, that's it. But I'm not anti Pedersen tonight at all. Yeah, it's my Grogo drinking cup. Oh yeah, I actually have I have one. I was going to take it out tonight, but it's a Mandalorian cup. I think it has Grogu on it too. Talkit not happy. I mean, he shouldn't be. Yeah, I know. It's Kevin. You're right. You're right. Besser didn't have good back checking game. Okay. I'm watching less games, but these guys can't win at home. Golf. It's hard. You spend good money to go to a game at home. Then we lose to Buffalo, guys. Yeah, why would Talkit be happy? Guys, you know that Besser hasn't had the wheels. I don't know why you're expecting him to have wheels all of a sudden. Would I trade Besser? Yeah, I would, depending on what he wants for term. If he wants 8 years, I'm not giving him 8 years. If he wants 8 times 8, forget it. Forget it. I'd be trading Besser. And I like Besser. I think he's a fan favorite. I think he's got some skills. But yeah, I know. It's been crazy. Whoa, Talkit is toxic for the Canucks. Wow. That's a bold statement, Shannon. If we continue to slide, then yes, Besser gets moved. Only team they played with any passion against was Edmonton. For some reason, they don't have any emotion. But yeah, it was a boring game tonight. Donnie Diamonds is in the building. Canucks losses are eased by being in the middle of the NFL play. Yes. And Donnie Diamonds, that reminds me. I just made my video, and let me bring this up. This is my newest video on my other channel, RevTrev NFL. And there is my, go check it out, RevTrev NFL. Okay, it's at the top there. See RevTrev NFL in the black. My AFC, NFC championships predictions, my prediction videos. Go check it out. NFL playoffs, easing the pain. I agree with you. I agree with you, my brother. Yeah, it was boring at times. There was some bad hockey. This team is turning out to be an absolute joke. Jug, you're not wrong. I see not being convincingly above the playoff line as a compelling reason to trade Besser to begin to fix Canucks issues with blue line depth scoring. Lankinen, I think, will be in net against Edmonton tomorrow. Yeah, just let him play. So, yeah, Personalized, are you okay, man? You're kind of going after people tonight. I don't understand. I don't get it. Are you okay? I am laughing. Me too. Okay, good. A couple of weekends ago, Lankinen shut the Leafs out at Scotiabank Arena, but yes, playing with enough passion against other non-Oiler teams has been hit and miss for these Canucks. Absolutely. The defense is an absolute joke. Would be an amazing Batman, maybe. Tocchet would be amazing Batman. Joshua's still out. He might make some of the difference when he's back. I just don't think he's a difference maker. I think he makes differences, but I don't think he's a difference maker. He can be impactful. He's not. He hasn't been impactful for a while. I mean, last two games before he got hurt, yes, he started looking good. Yeah, Dan, if we're not going to sign him, you have to trade him for a deadline. I think Lanks has been the most passionate player this year. This team right now just drips of toxic, depressing, gross energy. Yeah. I agree with you, as after the Canucks win, they don't really get excited. And when we don't win, the Canucks have no emotions. Yeah. Good point, Shannon. Suter and Hronek can't put the puck into the ocean. I know, man. I predict JT Miller gets traded either tomorrow or Thursday. I hope you're wrong, but you might be right. Joshua's not expected back until January 2025 or January 25th. Okay, I didn't know that. Tyler Toffoli Susie. I'd love Lafreniere for Miller, but I think Miller's value just went down and Laffy up over the last couple of games for each. I think that Lafreniere, I think he has talent. He's super talented. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he hasn't translated it yet. And as much as I think I like him, I just points-wise, production-wise, it's what has he done? So they absolutely have to trade a decent forward and possibly draft picks for a strong defense. Okay, that's fine. Oh, Japan Force getting in. Shots fired. I'm most annoyed with management. Yeah, I am too. They traded away some good players and didn't do a good job replacing them or upgrading. I agree. Stewart still believes this team's going to win a Stanley Cup this year. I love it. I would trade my whole decor except for Hughes, Hronek, for Carolina. Other two pairings or Montreal's other 2 pairings. Yeah, they wouldn't do that though. My excuse is I live in Vancouver and a lot of the games are blacked out, so I listen to games on the AM radio. No. You don't live in Vancouver. I know that you don't live in Vancouver. Taco, big tacos in the building. Miller's gone tomorrow. Mark it down. Okay, there's 2 of you that think that. Rutherford can't take it anymore. All right. 2026 is our cup year, bro. Trust me. Just takes a little cooking off the offseason and we're back. No, he in his region, it's not on. Message to Canucks management, just go down with the Titanic this year, retool the D, and add a top 6 forward. And hopefully I've got Mike. I like that idea. Honestly, I have no problem with that idea at this stage. Just go for it. Just go for it. Try get with this core to win to make the playoffs. If you don't, you retool the D, and then you add a top 6 forward, and hopefully that's all that needs to be there. You can watch it online for free. I guess so. Oh, sure, Japan, but the games are blacked out even if you lived in certain areas despite paying for. Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's right. Miller should teach Pedersen how to do a face-off. I agree. Did you see the host from Spitting Chicklets podcast? He ran into Aquilini. Yeah, I saw that. At his restaurant in Victoria. Oh, I didn't know that. Wonder if you'll listen to him and take his advice. I doubt it, but I think it's interesting. Yeah, he said Van. He meant he doesn't live in Vancouver. With the right moves from management, we could win the cup in 3 years. I agree. Okay. It's personalized. Oh, geez. Biz Nasty said today that Miller has asked for a trade, but in private. Okay. Which team would be the best option for round 1 of the playoffs if we make it? It'd be Edmonton. I think Vegas has our number, and it's either Edmonton or LA. And I'll take either one of those teams. Even though they're good. You got to be good teams when they're in the playoffs. I'm sorry for going after people tonight. Just frustrated that people who claim to be fans and then turn on the team. Dude, you're turning on JT Miller. Like, Benning threw his team an anchor, not a life jacket, before he went. Oh, yeah. Wasn't Pedersen a winger when he first came into the league? He turned into a center. I wasn't watching Canucks much no, he's always been drafted as a center. But he might have started on the wing. It's kind of like Lecker-Mackey, too. PD Police is here. What do you say about PD? I love it. Jarvis is here. I would say that tonight the effort was definitely there. I think this game was easily winnable if we converted more opportunities. It's not an absolute atrocious game, in my opinion. It's a disappointing game. Jarvis, I think you're right. It's not like we lost 5-1 to Buffalo or 6-0 or something like that. You're right. But we should have won that game. Yeah, there's a lot of streaming sites, and NHL Center Ice has been free for past month. I didn't know that. Had to miss due to blackouts. Yeah, you live in Edmonton. I did get my subscription money back and still get to stream for the year. That's nice because they're not showing it. Pedersen needs Maholcha coaching time for faceoffs. Kevin, you're right on that. What about Besser at a $6 million by 8? Is that doable? I don't want to sign him for 8 years. He'll want the higher money and the shorter term. You watch. Besser doesn't take $6.5 million for 3 to 5 years. He can take a hike. It's got to be the slowest player in the NHL. Trade Pedersen for Jack Eichel. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Go Bills. Yeah, absolutely. Besser is gone as long as we keep losing. What did you think of Forbert? I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, meh. He was okay. Yeah, exactly. If you don't notice him, he must be doing something right, not hurting us. Let's all pray that the Bills beat the Chiefs and the refs, right? What's going on with Demko this year? Not the same. I know, just coming back from an injury. That's my opinion. Yeah, I don't think JT Miller will be traded. Suter was on a 12-goal pace, and he already hit it. Besser is supposed to get a minimum percentage salary increase for his next contract. Blood clot. Besser has an excuse for his progression this season, being a little slow, but there seems to be something blocking his greatness. Block the Brock Besser from being traded to a Stanley Cup team. Not replacing Zadorov this year and not getting Dylan in his replacement is costing us big time. What did Dylan make? I think he's making crazy amounts of money. Sounds like 5 teams are in on Miller. I've heard those rumors too. I think there's a lot of smoke in some of them, but all it takes is one, right? Kevin, Brock is the guy who will score the goal when you need a hero. I don't think we're there yet. The do nothing opinion is your best, Kepner. I just don't want to make a trade that isn't good for the team. Doesn't make us better. So I'm okay to make a trade, but I just don't want to make the team worse than it is. I know that they didn't think that it was going to be the same, but we thought that Desharnais was going to bring better toughness than he did. Oh, JT Miller would be awesome on those teams. Our owner will start suggesting more changes, even though our management told him not to. Hey, chain me to Montreal Canadiens. I don't know what this means. Laffy had 28 goals last season. What? Oh, sorry. My apologies. I love Lafreniere, but I good point. If we were trading JT Miller to the New York Rangers and we got Lafreniere in return, I would be okay with that. I don't know what else you'd get in return, but I would definitely be okay with that. Yeah, maybe goes to Devils. I don't know what you'd want to get from him. Blame Benning mostly and the owners for no healthy rebuild that usually brings in results. Dan, that's fine. It's fair. It's fair. Galactic's here. Good to see you, buddy. Maybe they'll pull off of Florida and just squeak in. That would be awesome. I agree that what they thought, but after his fight a couple games ago, he can't play or fight. There's so many trade talks. I don't even know which one's real exactly. Carl, good to see you. Good to see you. Team Tank, too early? Yes. Yes, too early. Trade me to Chicago. Bedard first pick. Jeff pick. Yeah, I would love Bedard. I want Matthew Robertson on the return, not a bunch of plugged guys who can't do much but stick around the AHL. Good point. Which was what they were about to do. Okay, Matthew Robertson. I'm gonna have to look at that. We squeak in the playoffs. We play a top seed in the West, which would be the Jets. It's going to be the Jets or the Vegas Golden Knights, and then we'd get smoked. Better than those two. Okay, all good. Personal lines. I agree with you. Now, as I didn't know you live in Edmonton. Any updates on trade, JT? Nope. No. Yes, no shame losing to the mighty Sabres. Good point. Is Lekkerimäki supposed to be a center eventually? Yes, I think so. But we'll see. Maybe he's only a left winger. They're going to have someone to protect Garland on Thursday. They're going to have to, yeah. He and Jim are going to wait it out and hope the Canucks can figure it out. Missed a chance to cut LA Kings 5 points to 3. Yep. Susie is so bad and has been all year. For the love of God, why are they not dumping this tool? And replace him with who? Forbert seemed like he was checking on all the Buffalo players every time he hit them. He seems like a good sport. Kansas City Chiefs, they might win the Super Bowl, guys, for the third straight year. That'd be wild. Rocker Richard riots. Defense didn't do too bad without Myers. True. $4 million for 3 years. Yeah, that's a lot. Are Canadian franchises cursed? That's a good question. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to call it a night tonight. It's just a disappointing night, but glad that you're here. 106, 107 people in here. Great to have everyone. I know. I feel like I'm just not feeling it tonight. Disappointing loss. Thursday night, I'm planning on streaming after the game, so come join me. We're going to have a good time. If you haven't watched my other channel, RevTrev NFL, go look at my predictions video, AFC and NFC championship games. Check it out, RevTrev NFL, or just watch this one, Trading Miller is a Mistake. That was a great one. I think I ranted for like 30, 40 minutes. Ranted and defended JT Miller for 30, 40 minutes. So, and guys, the Oilers are losing their minds over this. This is crazy. It's like, I don't care what name is on the back of the jersey. Don't cross-check a guy in the face. Myers deserved it. McDavid deserved it. End of story. All right. Calling it a night. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate each one of you. And, of course, always, go Canucks, go.
Wow.